Hello everyone. I'm going to show you how to thread a Singer model 6215C. First thing, we need a spool of thread. You want to find the little cut in your spool. Mine is right here. I don't know if you're able to really see it, but it's right here. You want to put that cut to the back of your spool pin, so you'll install it this way. That way your thread's coming out this way and doesn't get caught on that little nick. So in order to do that, take the holder off, slide your spool of thread on and put the holder back on there. Next thing, you're going to go to your first thread guide, which is up here. Let me show you up at the top, right here. Give me just a second. So the way to get inside this thread guide is to hold the thread on both sides tightly and push down, and you'll hear it click into place. And it is clicking in on two locations, but you can see it in there, I think. All right, the next location is this thread guide. Now this one is your tensioning disc for winding a bobbin. We're not using that. We're going to use this, which is a little like hook almost. Okay, so taking the thread from the first thread guide, holding it on two sides and pulling it till it snaps into place. Okay, now the next location is going into the tensioning discs right here. So first, before we go into these discs, we want to make sure they're loose. You should hear them jiggle when you kind of push them back and forth. One thing that can cause that not to be is if your presser foot is down. So I'm going to put the presser foot down and show you. So it no longer jiggles. So you do not want it like this when you're getting ready to thread it. The other thing that's important to verify is that your take-up lever, which is this one, is at its highest position. You can verify that by coming over here and turning your hand wheel toward you, and watch, the take-up lever will go up and down. You want that up at its highest position. At that location, your machine is ready to be threaded. Your tensioning discs are ready to be threaded. So you're going to come in here in these discs. Whoops, lift up the presser foot. There's actually two locations that it can go in, because you have kind of three discs here. You know what, let me turn this light off. There we go. So you have, you could go in here or you could go in on this side. Doesn't matter. This machine is set up for being able to handle two spools of thread at one time, so you would put one in each. So for this one, we're just gonna go inside there. And now the tricky part about, I think, about threading this machine is having to get in here. So you have the spring right here that you need to be under, but the thread has to finish going around the tensioning discs, so it actually needs to get up here behind this little piece of metal. So you have to push the spring and the thread at the same time to get the thread to get hooked in there. So what I do, hold the thread, push it up with my other finger, and slide it over. You see that now? Okay. Then, once you've got it there, it needs to go inside this thread guide. So you come over and just get pushed over there. And at that time, this string from where you first came down kind of comes inside there too. There's a little hook. Okay. Now it's time to go inside the take-up lever right here. Now it's kind of hard to see this take-up lever, but it does have a slot in it. It has a hole that you can just go from right to left through it, but you don't have to. You can actually just kind of let the thread fall back a little ways and then bring it back forward. Yeah, there we go. Now it's inside there. Yeah, so it's inside the hole now. Okay. Now we head down, and right here is another thread guide. So to thread this one, it's kind of a spiral, so you just kind of go around in a circle like that until you get all the way through it. So now we're going to go down lower toward the needle, and I think I need to turn the machine light on to make it a little easier to see this part. There we go. So there is another thread guide right here, and it's a spiral as well, not quite the same as this spiral, but it also, you want to get the thread through there like that. The last one is this notch here. In order to get inside that one, you want to hold the thread horizontally like this and just slide it in there. There you go. You've got it all the way. So now the last thing is to go inside the eye of the needle. Before doing that, I suggest you take a sharp pair of scissors. I have snips here, and just cut the thread to give it a nice sharp edge. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to get it inside that needle. I can take this out. So let's see if I can get this. Sometimes I can get it right in. Other times it takes me a little while. I got it. There we go. So there we have it. The top thread is done.